highest grossing event ever in LG Arena history. $1.5 million gate. 10,823 in attendance. What was the bonus of the night, guys? 70? Okay. Terry Adam, congratulations. You got it, kid. Sub of the night. $70,000. Firearm Pickett, fight of the night. Congratulations. And Shane Mills, KO of the night. Congratulations, everybody. $70,000. U.S. Who's got the first question?
Regarding Mark Munoz saying that he feels he's deserving of a title shot now, what are your feelings on that, and how far away do you actually believe he is?
I didn't hear him say that. I didn't hear his interview, but yeah, I mean, he's won some fights. He's won some tough fights, and we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Now that UFC signed a deal with Fox, is ESPN going to continue to service the UK, or is Fox or FX going to take that over?
Yeah, good question. Let me even take that a step further. You know, everybody's always asking me about the UK. When are you bringing this and that? And you don't come over here enough and everything else. The thing is we have to secure the right television deal over here. And if you look at any of the markets that we've been in, we've stayed in this market for a long time. We've dug it out here for a while. We've got to get the right television deal here. And now that we're with Fox, let's see what happens, and we'll see what we can get done.
Also, a small request: Scotland is desperate for an event.
Yeah,
If you could sort this out, we'd very much appreciate it.
I know. I'm working on that too.
Thanks very much.
Sweden might be first, though. I apologize. Go ahead.
How are you doing? Fergus Ryan from Joe.ie. Tiago, you seem to be backing up a lot in the first couple of minutes. Were you worried about the power debate he had?
No, I was just taking my time to figure him out. You know, he got me with the upbeat. I wasn't expecting that, but you know, it's just how you do. You wait a little bit and then you go to work.
There were grumblings before the card, something maybe you're getting used to, I guess. But now all the fights are done and dusted. Do you have any comments to say about the night's fights that we've had?
Fights were awesome tonight, you know, and it always drives me nuts when people talk about a card that hasn't happened yet. You know, this card sucks. None of these fighters up there suck. These were great cards. Joe Silva is the best matchmaker in the business, and you know, these guys came out and performed just like we always do. No matter where we go or what show it is or what guys are on the card, these guys always deliver. You know, when I talk about what we do at the UFC, the promoters, we go out and put on all the bells and whistles, and these guys always deliver. And man, did they deliver tonight. It was an awesome card, and these guys are going to get paid tonight, believe me.
You were very, very disappointed visibly afterwards. Did you get drawn into the game plan, into a fight that you didn't have in your game plan?
No, not really. You can see my other fights always come out throwing bombs, looking for finish. We both started off exchanging. I actually felt really comfortable. He hit me with a few shots, which didn't even, I'm like, okay, this is cool, I'm fine. And then next thing I know, I'm on my back, thinking, what the hell is going on here? And then still came round and tried to get out for being on bottom, and he was pretty slick, took my back, and you know, sunk it in, so well done to him. You know.
But obviously you're still young enough, you're still going to gun for that title in the UFC, yeah?
I'm not even thinking about a title, to be honest. I just need to get back in there and give someone a beating, just to make myself look like a man again. Because this, like I say, this sport sucks coming second. You don't want to be second ever. You know, I'm a very competitive person, and for me, it's just winning. You know, obviously, you know, a belts. I don't care about belts. I just want to beat people who are in front of me, and I've got to beat tonight. So I want to get there as soon as possible and try and knock someone's head off.
Maybe you shouldn't read the Telegraph on the way in.
Yeah, no, that's distracted me.
And just to jump in, trust me, you look like a man tonight, believe me, brother.
Thank you.
You won fight of the night.
Can I just ask a question for Terry, very quickly? Terry, you know, you signalled you're returning in a huge way. You know, kind of, we've never seen you as kind of out there. You're the shyest man in MMA. Call out who you want to fight next. Who do you want to go out there and fight and make your way in the lightweight division against?
I want to fight, obviously, the top guys. You know, every fighter, you obviously want to fight the best fighters, and that's who I want to fight. It's been a very long 19 months, and now I'm back. You know, there's a lot of time to make up, and I want to do that by fighting the top guys. So obviously, you know, Joe Silva will put them fights together, and whoever he puts in front of me, he's at the top. That's
Did
what
he
I
hint,
fight.
did he hint he'd push you into a top 10 fight after the fight? Or
Well,
not?
you know, we haven't said nothing yet, but whoever he comes with, I'll be ready for, you know.
Terry's got another fight coming up immediately. Joe's already got it.
Can we know who or not?
Nah.
Okay. Final question for.
Let Joe tell him first.
Okay, great. Final question for Che Milton. Can you talk about your UFC debut and what it meant to you?
It was just excitement the whole week. I was just buzzing, really. Usually I get quite nervous before fights, but for some strange reason, I know it's the biggest fight for me ever. And I was just relaxed and happy, and even walking out, I was just focused, and everything fell into place. Lovely tonight for me.
Dana, you talked about Brad's performance. Could you also talk about Hennon, what you thought of the way he looked and the way that fight played out?
Yeah, it was an awesome fight. I mean, I have nothing but praise for all the guys on the card tonight, and especially, you know, to the fights that happened tonight, the way that they played out, and to be the winner of tonight's fights is not a bad thing.
How about Chris Leben, and what did you think of his performance? Obviously, Mark looked very good. Chris seemed to maybe tire a little bit early.
Yeah, well, those guys were going at it, and I think, you know, I haven't talked to Chris or seen him yet, but I think his arms burned out. He kept going for that choke, and, you know, those guys were, you know, people on Twitter were going, there's no way this fight goes 5 rounds at this pace. The pace that they were fighting at was incredible. They went at it tonight.
And if I could ask Hennon, basically, you know, how he feels about his performance tonight. Obviously, a great win, but you know, if it went kind of according to plan.
Eu tava muito bem treinado, fui treinando bastante tempo aí para essa luta e graças a Deus tive um bom resultado.
I was very excited for this fight. I trained very hard. The team kind of put me a lot of training, you know, boxing, Muay Thai and everything, and then I felt very confident, and then thank God I put the delivery on the good show.
And coming into the fight, he's very laid back and just kind of saying, whatever happens, happens. But I mean, this is another big win. This was a top contender. You know, is he ready to start making some challenges and, you know, asking Dana for some fights?
O objetivo é, eu sei que o peito era muito duro, vinha treinando muito para essa luta, o objetivo é lutar pelo cinturão. E é isso.
We were training very hard for this fight, and Brad Pitt is a very top opponent, you know, one of the best out there. You know, and then the objective is this, you know, when you come out here to the UFC, is to fight for the title, and then I'm ready for any time.
And finally, if I could, for Thiago, obviously yesterday a little bit of problem with the weight. Anytime you do, that's all the big topic of discussion. Can you maybe explain what happened, and if you think maybe people are a little unfair of you at this point, or you know, unfairly critical of you, or if that was justified?
You know, they are a little bit, you know, but I'm never gonna miss weight again. It was just I was a pound over, you know, maybe some scales, you know. I wasn't weighed, but when I got to the UFC scale, it was official, you know, I was a pound over. So we took care of it, and it didn't take long, it didn't hurt me, you know, it was just miscalculation. Maybe I wasn't Brazilian time, I don't know, but you know, it won't happen again.
And if I could just ask you about the emotion of this win, you know, I've had a rough stretch lately. I noticed you got up and kind of dusted off your shoulders a little bit. You were pretty emotional. How did that win feel for you?
Emotional
about the victory? I know you've had a, you know, kind of a rough stretch lately, but I noticed this was kind of a big win, even over a newcomer. You were pretty emotional after.
Yeah, you know, I've been through some, you know, tough spot, you know, in life, but it's just life, the way it happens, you know. And this fight was very special for me because I put a lot of work, you know, and opened my eyes to a lot of things, you know. So I'm very happy. I'm very prepared to whatever comes next.
Just start like giving me your thoughts on the fight, how it went. Are you happy with your performance and everything?
Nah, I thought that was a bad fight. It was an awesome fight. He came with it, and I was just trying to knock his head out. So I tried my best, and he just took the punches, man. I hit him so hard, I think I broke my knuckle. I think it's swollen up right now, but I hit him so hard.
I think there was one particular moment he was just climbing up the cage or something, and you hit him as he was getting back to his feet, and he just kind of walked through like some sort of zombie.
I know, man. It's crazy. He's got a freaking granite chin. And I mean, I wanted to test it, and I did. So.
What goes through at that point when you just hit him with one of your best shots, and he just walks through it? What do you think?
Damn. That's what I thought. But I'm a persistent dude, you know. Like I'm gonna keep hitting him till he falls. So, you know, I mean, that's what I train for. I trained to do that. I told you that Donkey Kong was gonna come out when I came on top, when I get on top, and that's what I did. Donkey Kong came out.
Were you happy that the fight ended on a cut stoppage?
I don't know. Was it a cut stoppage? I don't know.
His corner pulled him out because of the blood in his eye.
Oh, really? I would have went 3, 4, or 5 rounds more. So, I mean, I don't know. I love it.
I think Lieben was hurt, man. Lieben doesn't quit and let people quit for him if he's not hurt. He was hurt. Anytime we've ever been here, anywhere in England, first time tonight ever in 10 years since I've been here that a guy jumped the barrier and ran into the octagon. That was crazy. That's the first time I've ever seen that. But you know, the fans here are awesome, man. They're loud. I love it here. Love it.
Do you think it will be possible a match between John Fitch and Carlos Condit?
Well, I don't know. Right now, Carlos Condit wants to fight. He wants to fight on the same card as GSP and Diaz. So we'll see what happens.
So
Koscheck has been offered.
it would be great.
Could be him and Koscheck.
Second question.
And Condit wanted that fight. So.
Second question: when we'll see UFC in Italy?
In Italy?
Yeah.
Actually had some gentlemen here this evening. I don't know if they're still here, but we had some guys from Italy here checking it out. So hopefully very soon. Hopefully they like what they saw tonight and very, very soon.
Thank you very much.
Yep.